Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, like I said, he left the game with the back injury. Came out to be a back contusion. Here's Lamar speaking more about the back injury in the locker room after the game.
Just the knee in the back that caused all that.
Yeah, my knee was good. My legs felt great tonight. I just got kneed in the back in the red zone. Just couldn't finish the game. I was trying, got tore it all shot, stuff like that, but still ain't get no better. Yeah.
Lamar, has this just been kind of a terrible season in that sense, in the sense that it just feels like this stuff keeps happening to you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, it's BS, bro. I can't control that, dude. Like, I'm on the ground, like I'm down. I gave myself up, I got kneed in the back. But yeah, for the most part, you can say that because getting injured and then we fighting for a chance to make the playoffs. I can't finish the game with my guys, so it's BS.
Lamar, was there any point at halftime or on the sideline where you tried to throw a ball and it was just too big?
Yeah, I was in here trying to throw it with one of our trainers, calf. I could, like, it just hurt.
Did it aggravate anything that's pre-existing for you? I mean,
No, it didn't do anything tonight.
Do you think they'll be able to play at all this Saturday?
Yeah, that's the goal. Like, we're gonna do CAT scan or whatever tomorrow, and then see what it shows.
Lamar, you touched on it, but what's the emotions for you when you want to be out there to play, especially?
Like I'm mad, man, cause like I felt like the game was in our favor. Don't get me wrong, my brother got out there, it still was in our favor, but I don't know, I can't control that, man. I wish I could, but I can't control it.
Lamar, just how frustrating all the injuries and all season, and then to lose a game, kind of the way you guys have lost games with kind of injuries and missed opportunities.
Yeah, the injuries at the beginning of the season, I was past that. I'm past that. Like I said, we was fighting for a position. We still fighting for a position, to make the playoffs. I felt great tonight, like I said. Unfortunately, that happened. I wish it didn't, though.
How much pain are you in right now?
It's pain. It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt.
one more
for
Lamar.
What's it like just to know that your guys' playoff destiny is no longer in your control?
You gotta leave that up to God, We can't. All we can do is control what we can control, just watch film, get to practice and work, and then just win out. That's it.
Obviously, it's been a rough season for this Ravens team, but it's been a rough season for Lamar Jackson as well, just dealing with the myriad of injuries that he has sustained. People are asking, why did he, why can't he play through it? The injury can't be that bad that he can't play through it. And then you hear stuff like, oh, he wants a new contract. He wants Harbaugh out. He doesn't care about his team. He faked an injury. Like, this is stuff that I've heard and seen, on social media, as the season's gone on. Whenever Lamar gets hurt, it's like the legitimacy seems to get questioned. I'm not a fan of people who haven't played the game, especially at that level, to speak on an injury for an athlete in any sport, not just football, no matter what position you play, but any sport. Because somebody can play through one injury doesn't mean that everybody can play through the same injury. Everybody's body responds differently to different injuries. The severity, no one knows except the person who is injured of how severe it is, or the doctors or trainers that are working on that particular athlete as to how serious the injury is. But I got a problem with people questioning that when you haven't played. I'm not understanding why, people continue to question, the commitment that this guy's had for this Ravens organization. The fact, people questioning whether or not he cares about his team. I don't know if you watched that interview, but it's that don't sound like a guy that's not hurt. He looked like he was grimacing while he was taking the interview. So I don't know how much little proof you need to know how hurt he is, but I'll never question any athlete or any sports player about how hurt they are or what the injury is, because they know their body better than anybody, and there's no reason to lie about it. That's the other thing. There's no reason to lie about how severe it is. You see guys downplaying it, saying, "Hey, it's not that bad. It's not that bad," and they try to play, but then you don't know how bad it is. Yeah, we marvel at the athletes being able to play through injury. We marvel at people being able to. Look, we see Justin Herbert out there, playing with basically one hand. got a cast on the other hand. Aaron Rodgers played on a cast, when the Steelers played the Ravens. He's been dealing with a wrist injury. You admire the people that are able to play through it and finding a way, but at the same time, it's like we can't keep trying to compare people to others just because they played through this injury. Why can't you play through that injury? Or this guy's hand's broken. Why can't you play through a back contusion? That's the part that I just can't stand, because we don't know how bad the injury is with each player. Only they know. Lamar's going to try to play, as you said, he's going to try to play on Saturday. We'll see. We'll see how the CAT scan, what it reveals and how serious the injury is, and see if Lamar's able to practice this week and hopefully give it a go Saturday against the Packers, who are dealing with their own quarterback situation, as Jordan Love suffered a concussion last week against the Chicago Bears, and now his status is up in the air as well. Right now, it looks like Malik Willis is going to start. Josh Jacobs has also been dealing with a knee injury to start and running back, so his status is also in question. So it's a battle with two teams that are battling attrition. The Packers obviously lost Michael Parsons for the season, and are now dealing with two key players that I just mentioned. And now the Ravens are dealing with another Lamar injury. We'll see where it goes from here. There's a slim chance that the Ravens can still make the playoffs, amazingly. Doesn't look good, obviously. They no longer control their destiny. But there is a slim chance. I don't believe that they will, because really just the coaching that we witnessed this past game. That's about as bad as it gets. And I don't know how you can really believe in this team based specifically on the coaching staff and decisions they make, that they can go into Green Bay and get a win. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are in the driver's seat now, all they have to do is beat the Cleveland Browns, and it's a wrap. So slim chance, sure. Have crazier things happen, sure. But right now, it looks pretty bleak. And if the Ravens do end up missing the playoffs here, are changes actually going to be coming in Baltimore?